Well, if you've been waiting for an Indy 500 on the channel, here it is. So a week ago, I get a text from my buddy Tim. You guys are all familiar with Tim because he rebuilds water pumps for Ultras. Anyways, he's got some barn finds and he wants to know if I'm interested in any of them. Well, I've been thinking about doing an Indy 500 on the channel for a while, and here we go. This Classic is a dressed up version of an Indy 500. You can see it's a little fancier. It's blue and gold. It's got electric start. Does not have reverse, unfortunately. But, it was up on a shelf in a barn. And in the picture, it looked pretty good. But you're probably wondering why I'm calling the sled Walnuts. Let me show you. So I got over to Tim's shortly after he got home with the sled. And he had the shop vac out. And he had already vacuumed out, about 5 gallons worth of crap. You can still see there's a lot in there. And there was a lot of walnuts. That's how this sled got its name. You can see walnuts down in the bottom. It's Walnuts. That's the name of the sled now. And you can see there's still a lot of cleaning and a lot of red squirrel nests to clean up in there. So there's a lot of work to do. But, I don't know. I think it'll clean up. Obviously, it's going to need just cleaning the carbs. It's going to need the full boat. So here's the electric start that I mentioned earlier. And the motor was stuck when I got there. Tim took a pry bar and he freed it up. Boy, that clutch looks like it's almost brand new. Tim took a pry bar and freed it up, but there is definitely a rust ridge or something because it hits a hard stop right there, no matter which way you go. So that's no good. So the motor's got to come apart, or I got to find a different motor. We did pull the airbox off, and the mice didn't get into the carbs or anything, so that was good. And let's see, what else? Nice bright red on the grip. The master cylinder was stuck. Well, we wrapped that with a hammer handle a couple times, and she freed up. So I'll be able to rebuild that. And look at the nice, bright red button there on the kill switch, too. So this thing is really, it's not too bad. Let me show you something, though. This nice fuel gauge, I like it, except I think we're going to have a little work to do with the fuel system. And you can see there's some wet tar-like sludge at the bottom. I think I'm going to be looking for a fuel tank. I don't think I'm going to try to clean this thing out. Alright, so this thing was definitely not properly stored. You can't argue it. It's in rough shape. It was a barn find. It was up on a pallet in the barn. The squirrels and the mice have had their way with it, but it was priced appropriately, and it's got its good points too. I think it's going to clean up real nice. I think it's going to turn into a nice trail sled, but that's the way it is. So let me show you some of the good points. You can see the 500 on there, the trim, the 500 Classic. It's got the gold highlights all over it. And it's got the gold rails with the gold wheels down there, too. The seat with the gold piping is absolutely mint. And the gas tank cover will clean up. Super nice dash pad. 2,255 miles. So, and like I mentioned, it's got electric start. So this is going to be a good project for me. I'm pretty excited about it. I am going to have to either rebuild or replace the motor, but that's doable. And in the end, this is going to be a nice trail sled, and if one of my buddies needs to borrow it, this is a good sled to loan somebody. The 500 won't be, well, let's just say it won't be like one of my precious triples with pipes, right? This will be more loanerable. So there you go. So now I've got 2 sleds in the queue to get done before this winter. I've got the Money Pit Ultra and I got Walnuts. And I think they're both achievable. even if I have to rebuild the motor on Walnuts, I think it'll work out. But I am going to look for a different motor instead if I can find one. And I don't know. That's about all I can say about this. I want to say huge thanks to the patrons. You can see their names up on the screen. You guys are the best. Really appreciate your support of the channel. If anybody else wants to become a patron, well, the link is in the description of the video. Same if you want to buy Just Cleaning the Carbs shirt or any other shirts that I offer. The link is in the description of the video. And with that said, we'll see you at the swap meets. Hopefully I'll be buying an Indy 500 motor from you for real cheap.